Well, hello, everyone. Good morning. I hope you're all well. So, today I just wanted to come on and do a conversation about integrated energy therapy. I know that I've been talking about it now for several years, and it's been profoundly changing in my life. And what's been beautiful about this journey that I've been on is I feel like it's been profoundly beautiful for the people who have worked with me, whether it's been one session or a year long worth of sessions or years at this point. So integrated energy therapy is a energy healing modality, and Reiki is the one that is like becoming more mainstream, very accepted in its own right, because it is also profoundly helpful, and I'm also Reiki certified. So what's really cool is typically I can end up using both in a session because they're very different. So, where Reiki is your chakra body, right? That channel of energy that runs down from the top of your head to the bottom of your tailbone. You'll have hand chakras, you have feet chakras. Uh, and it's very, very beneficial for having those energy systems balanced, cleansed, and cleared, which is what Reiki does. And it can help you really rejuvenate your life, right? And on a very physical level. So for people who have, headaches or body aches or different uh, system problems, and I'm not giving any medical advice. I'm not a medical doctor. Please check out the disclaimer on my website and at the bottom of this video. But Reiki is very specific and very beneficial, and I'm not wanting to diss any other energy form of energy modality, any energy healing. Not what I'm here to do today, but I do want to talk exclusively about integrated energy therapy. Don't know if I should be putting up my phone number like that, but that's all right. Anyway, I guess I got no secrets, guys. I got no secrets. Might open me up to some stuff, but we're just going to put a bubble of protection around ourselves so nothing negative or nefarious comes towards me, right? We're just going to keep myself protected. But so what is integrated energy therapy? And that's really what we're here to talk about. So integrated energy therapy is an energy modality that runs down your meridians. So more in alignment with acupuncture, so acupuncture points, that kind of thing. So that's why Reiki and integrated energy therapy really work really well in conjunction or in together, right? You don't have to have both, though, that's for sure, because integrated energy therapy in its own right is profound. It is profound. It is subtle. But it's the profound part that's really, really near and dear to my heart because it really has changed my life and quite a few people that I have worked with in the past several years. So I started my integrated energy therapy in 2018, and we're now at 2024. I have had many, I believe I'm up to, I should have really looked at this stuff before I came on camera, but I've had at least 3, 4, maybe 5 cohorts that I have graduated into the advanced level. And so there are 3 levels with integrated energy therapy. There is the basic, the intermediate, and the advanced, and then the master instructor level. I am not certified to teach the master instructor level, but I will absolutely recommend some beautiful master instructors or a master instructor in my area who was my mentor, is my mentor. And so getting the master instructor level is really beneficial, but I want to go through the 3 levels. I thought I would kind of take you through the 3 levels and what it is the 3 levels give you, and then what the master and instructor level gives you. So when you go to have a session, work with a practitioner, You kind of know what you're getting at each level. So I have graduated many advanced level, and then I've had one of my students go on to the master instructor level. Um, at that point, you can then teach up to the advanced level, and some people will lean into that, and some people will not, and that's okay. That's totally their right? Whatever you're comfortable with. But what is IET? What is IET? And IET, energy releases the suppressed pain of the past by integrating it with joy of the present moment. So, one of the things that I have found in a lot of my sessions, probably 95% of my sessions, is that we have a pattern in ourselves that we acquired when we were quite young. So, for many of us, this is inner child wounding, inner child healing that is needed. And we don't recognize sometimes how those hurts, those traumas, those dramas that we're holding at our cellular level are informing all of our decision making, are informing our health on a physical level. We don't recognize that our emotions impact our physical body, right? One of the things that makes us uniquely human is our emotional body. We are able to emote and feel. And when we shut that down, we then go to our rational mind. We then go to working out of our brain or our ego. And that is always working through fight or flight. That is always working through that reptilian, keep me safe, don't get eaten, right? And that's not going to bring you happiness. That's not going to bring you joy. That's not going to bring you the connection that you're looking for, that you want to have as a human being. So the humanness has a lot to do with being emotional. And for many of us, we've had severe emotional neglect at a very early age in a way that has prompted us to shut that part of ourselves down. Or it has made us over emotional. So it's like you've gone one or two ways, but they're both extreme, right? They're both extreme. So that's what IET is really kind of coming to help you do, to get you out of the extremeness of being completely emotionless and only egoic, or being so emotional that everything tips you over. Everything makes you feel anger or hurt or dramatic, right? So that's what IET can help you do, is to heal whatever made you that one extreme or the other. The object of IET is to provide a simple and gentle way to open the flow of the vital life force within human body and the human energy field by integrating suppressed feelings from cellular memory and clearing their associated energy blockages. That's it. That's it. Because we don't realize that we're holding on to these emotions, hurt, anger, threat, woulda, coulda, shoulda, powerlessness, unworthiness. We're holding that at the cellular level. So we have to restructure ourselves at the cellular level, and we can't do that, right? So that's why, as a practitioner, I'm facilitating your own healing. You're healing yourself with your angels, with your life force. The only thing I ask you to bring to the table is belief. You believe that the angels are here. You believe that your life force is going to get changed. You allow the process to take hold. Really, really important. We serve as a compassionate channel. We don't take on what we're releasing through you or what you're releasing through yourself. We don't take that on. The only way that we're affected by the IET healing that's going on with you is if there's something similar in ourselves. So as a practitioner, every time you're facilitating a healing, if there's something within you that is also part of that intention, you're also going to clear it from yourself, which is kind of cool, right? It's really, really cool. And to be honest with you, I think that's one of the reasons that no matter who's come to me, when they've come to me and wanted an IET session, I make time for it because I know that I'm going to benefit from it, even if it's just being in the high vibrational frequency of the angels for that 30 to 45 minutes. That's going to change my whole day, right? So that's what makes this so profound, because being in the energy field of these angels, this angelic realm, this higher dimensional energy of pure love, right? That's going to change everything. And so that's one of the reasons that I'm really excited to be in this healing modality, right? In this group of attuned to these angelic beings. So the angels that we work with are Archangel Ariel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Celestina, Archangel Faith, Archangel Caziel, Archangel Daniel, Archangel Sarah, and then Archangel Michael. So you're getting really heavy hitters. You're getting healing angels. You're getting angels that bring through the beautiful pink ray of love. You're getting strength. So many things. Again, I'm facilitating. I'm being the channel. It's nothing me, myself, or I are doing, but it is absolutely life-changing because you're going to be setting an intention that's going to answer this question in some way. If you could use the IET energy in this session to heal, shift, change, clear, modify, empower, expand, or manifest anything, what would it be? Feel free to drop your answer in the comments, even if it's one word. What would it be? What in your life do you feel like is holding you back? What is the feeling? What is the hurt? And can you believe that the angels are going to come in and help you to transform your life? Because that's all I'm asking you to do is just believe. That's all I'm asking you to do. One of the beautiful things about IET is that I don't have to be in your physical presence, which is why I do so many distant sessions. I'm currently working from people on the continent of Australia, on the continent of England, across the United States. So I don't want you to feel like where you are is going to hinder your ability to receive and heal, because once I'm in your energy, once the angels are in your energy, that's all it takes. That's all I have to do. I need your permission to be in your energy. That's it. That's it. I ask you to maybe lie or sit someplace comfortably, maybe be in a meditative state, maybe just listening to meditation music or light a candle, maybe light some incense, like whatever you would normally do in a meditative, quiet state, right? But if you can't do that, that's okay. The only thing I ask you is not to drive because I will be in your energy. I will be in your energy. Using the intermediate level of IET techniques, you can focus your energy therapy abilities on the specific clearing of energy imprints resulting from physical trauma, emotional trauma, limiting beliefs, and past life trauma. I can't say enough how, on more than one occasion, in many, many different sessions, past life has come up. That what you're dealing with in this lifetime is a pattern that you've been replaying lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. It's like you get to this lifetime and it's kind of like, I'm done with that. I'm done with that self-sabotaging belief that I'm not good enough, or I'm done with that self-sabotaging belief that I don't deserve, or I'm done with that self-sabotaging belief that I have to fix everything for everyone else, right? So it's really, really cool sometimes in a session where I will experience someone's past life. I'll see them in their past life. In sessions, I've seen people in their past lives. I've had their crossed over loved ones come through to give messages. I've seen different angels outside of the 9 angels in the IET realm that come in to support you because they've been working with you, whether you recognized it or not. Very often, I'll get Archangel Sandalphon come in. I'll have Archangel Metatron come in, Archangel Uriel come in, Archangel Seraphina has come in. If you have a specific archangel that you're working with, they absolutely show up to support you. If you have an ascended master that's working with you, in a very recent session, I actually had Mother Mary come in, and she oftentimes comes in for those of you who really can't love yourself. Like you don't have that ability to really nurture and love yourself in the way that you should. That would really like allow you to then love and nurture others, right? So for those of you who are really like emotionally neglected, who really don't feel like you, it's safe to open your heart. This is one of the ways in which IET can really help you. Those of you really suffering from just relationship, not having the relationships in your life you want, whether that's friends, whether that's family, and whether that's romantic. If you're someone that is always self-sabotaging in relationship and giving and receiving love, this is one of the things that integrated energy therapy can absolutely help you heal and transform, right? Release and then integrate back in that ability to open your heart chakra unconditionally. So for those of you really struggling with giving and receiving love, IET can absolutely help you. And for some of you, this is a pattern. This is a pattern that you've been really struggling with in many lifetimes, not just this lifetime. So this is what I'm saying with IET. It really gets down into the cellular memory, right? That DNA pattern that has just been continuing to repeat itself lifetime after lifetime. And then we get to the advanced level. So good morning, Darlene. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning. Interestingly enough, I don't know where my advanced level book was. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute. We're not at the MI level yet. So then we get to the advanced level. And this is where I have certified. It's more than a handful. Actually, my first class was a pretty large class. I think it was at 5. And then I've done other classes that have been, I think I've certified about 20 people if I really think about it, in my little area. In my little area. So the advanced level gets into your soul's mission. I get that question a lot. Why am I here? What is my purpose, right? What is my purpose? And that's what the advanced level helps you do. Really get into learning your soul's purpose, who you came here to be, what your mission is to advance here while you're here. So having experiences is really, really important. Again, going back to being human, right? Going back to being human is not only are we here to be emotional, but we're also here to have experiences. So we're here to see things, feel things, touch things, taste things, smell things, right? We're here to have those 5 basic senses that spiritual beings, angels, higher dimensional beings, ascended masters, like they don't have those senses, right? They can't do those things. So that's one of the reasons that you're here, is to have experience and to develop your wisdom, to remember all of the different lifetimes and all of the different lessons you've already learned, to kind of incorporate them into this lifetime, into why you're here. So building spiritual mastery. Each time you move through the love, fear, love cycle, you grow stronger and build spiritual mastery. So for some of you who have really been emotionally shut down, it's really been hard for you to build spiritual mastery because you're not going through the cycles. You're not allowing yourself to love, to then, feel the fear. Because love is such a vulnerable state, right? It's so vulnerable to be in love or to let love in. And so, walking through the fear is having courage, right? Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is going despite the fear. And so for some of us, that is something that we have to learn to do, because we've been so shut down at a very early age in this lifetime that we're not gaining that spiritual mastery, because we're not learning how to be courageous, because we're not engaging in love at all. And for those of you who really want to have a romantic partner, you want to have a soulmate that's most compatible, right? Many of us have had those soulmates that are not compatible. It didn't go well one way or the other. And so I really feel like we're ready to have the compatible soulmate. We're ready to have the long-term relationship. We're ready to be challenged, right? But in a loving way, where we know that that challenge isn't going to end up in some, dramatic breakup. It's going to be more like, oh, I'm going to go to my corner, you're going to go to your corner. We're going to kind of see where we're at, and then we'll come back together and we'll discuss this again, right? That's what spiritual mastery is. Spiritual mastery is that ability to kind of learn through your fear, learn through your foibles, and come back together, whether it's a family member, a friend, or a romantic partner. Like, we have to have that spiritual mastery of going through that love fear cycle and gaining that courage to stay in that vulnerable state, right? So, hello, Angelisa. It's showing you who you are. She's saying, I'm having painful family interactions over and over. Yeah, sometimes you have to take that. You said you've cut off contact. Sometimes you do. You have to give them what I call a dose of letting alone, right? You have to just say, if you can't respect me, or you can't at least be respectful to me, then I have to remove myself. And to be honest with you, it doesn't have to be permanent. Sometimes what happens, if you give that dose of letting alone, you give that disconnect enough time, that those that really truly love you, they will come back. Those who really, really, truly love you will be like, okay, if I want them in my life, I have to step up to the plate. I have to respect them. Maybe I don't agree with how they're living or what they're choosing, but I have to respect it, right? And sometimes, as a former people pleaser who are taking back our power, that's what we have to do. We have to give them that dose of letting alone, to say, hey, I do value myself. I value who I am. I value where I am. And if you can't do that, that's okay. But I have to leave you over here while I go over here and live my life with the people who will give to me, will respect me, will show up for me in the way that is okay, in the way that's beneficial, right? If you're going to continue to show up, but be judgmental, critical, angry, No, I don't deserve that. And I'm going to respect myself enough to say I remove myself. I'm not going to be angry back. I'm not going to say the horrible things. I'm not going to entertain your drama. I'm not going to get in your drama cycle, right? Your toxicity. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to remove myself. And again, the people who don't respect you, they will drop off. But the people who do respect you and love you on some level, who really do value you in their life, they will step up to the plate and they'll say, okay, I don't agree with your choices. I don't see what you're doing. I don't understand what you're doing. I don't understand the choices you're making, but I want you in my life. So I'm at least not going to be judgmental. I'm at least not going to be critical. I'm going to, basically respect you enough to maybe state my opinion, but do it in a way that you can take it or leave it. And I'm okay with that because I know that if I'm not, I don't have you in my life. Right. So awesome. You're doing good. I know it doesn't feel it. I know it can feel lonely. I know it can feel heartbreaking because you don't know if they'll come back, right? But they've treated you in such a way for so long that this is really your only recourse. And it's the best way to do it because again, you're not staying in that toxic cycle. You're not staying in the drama, right? You're not curtailing or making yourself smaller to fit into whatever their box is for you, right? So give yourself the love and the grace and the space that you need. And just know that the people that do respect you and love you on some level will come back because they don't want to lose you. They don't want to lose you. They don't understand you, but they don't want to lose you because they do love you. So I hope that helped. I hope that helped. You're very welcome, honey. You're very welcome. Yeah. I work with a lot of narcissism, a lot of parent narcissists that have impacted people, some love interest narcissists that have impacted people, but a lot of parents. And it can be very, very detrimental when your parent has basically emotionally neglected you because you don't have now the emotional intelligence to navigate different situations. So you end up getting hurt. You end up getting taken advantage of. And because you don't understand the manipulation, you don't understand how someone could be so cruel and not feel remorse for how they're hurting you, how detrimental they're being to you. It can be very, very difficult, very, very difficult. And so, yeah, you have to learn to love yourself. You have to give yourself the emotional intelligence that you did not receive when you should have. So for a lot of you, going through an IET journey is really learning to some extent how to parent yourself, how to become the parent and love yourself the way that you should have been loved at, 0 to 7 that you didn't get. You're welcome. You're very welcome. So each soul incarnates to cultivate love and joy, not only in their own life, but also in the world as a whole. Joy is an energy that elevates the vibration of your whole world. A lot of people who are trying to manifest their best life, they're trying to manifest more money. They're trying to manifest their most compatible soulmate. One of the reasons that's blocking their ability to manifest, and for some people, they manifest certain things or they manifest to a certain level, but they can't get over the threshold to the next level, right? Maybe you're only manifesting your needs, but you're not manifesting your wants, that sort of thing. And for many people, I think that's what's happening. And it's this hurdle that integrated energy therapy actually helped me overcome. I knew that I had done a lot of soul searching. I'd done a lot of forgiving. I'd done a lot of releasing on my own. I had a really good meditation practice in place, but I couldn't seem to overcome that hurdle of what was blocking me from manifesting the more, right? The desires, the dreams, the right people, the supportive people, the loving people, the nurturing people, the ability to nurture myself and love myself. And it was this piece that I was missing, this ability to get to joy, because anything that felt joyful to me scared me. It terrified me. If you want to know, when you're that shut down, anything good that's happening to you terrifies you, because you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're waiting for the other part of your life to fall apart, because it can't all be good at once. That can't happen. You've never had that, right? So to think that everything could be one good at the same time, no. No, 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 right? But that's what IET helped me do, was overcome that hurdle of the next level, right? And it was this piece of being able to get into joy that made all the difference. And it's so funny, because I can look at pictures of people who have had integrated energy therapy before they had it, and then after they had it. And it's amazing to me how their picture looks lighter, brighter, happier, healthier. Their skin tone is brighter. Their eyes are brighter. Their smile is brighter. They just look like a whole different being. It's amazing when you transform yourself at the cellular level and release all of that SHIT that you're carrying, right? it changes you. It changes your ability to get into joy, to believe that joy is real, that joy is attainable, that it's safe, that joy is safe. Because your experiences, anything that felt good was not safe. It was going to end. It was going to hurt you in some way. And that's what the advanced level helps you do. It helps you find your spiritual mastery through being able to love, to be able to work through fear and disappointment, being courageous to say, okay, this negative thing happened, but I'm going to keep going despite it. And I'm going to get back into loving, right? I'm going to get back into giving and receiving love. I love that. Don't even know what love is, so foreign. Yeah. When you are not taught what love is, that you're actually taught the opposite, that love hurts, that love is not a good thing, that you're going to have to pay for it in some way, that there's it's a transaction, that love is a currency and it'll get you something. It's not unconditional. It's not free. And that's what it should be. And that's what you have to teach yourself. That anybody who's using love as a currency, as a transaction, they're not your person. They're not your person. They're manipulating you. They're manipulating you. So then we get to the MI, the Master Instructor level. This is where we are helping you with your 12-strand DNA alignment that slowly traces the three. So we're bringing you into 12-strand DNA alignment is designed to align and clear your energetic channel from the soul star, 8th chakra, to the first chakra, your root chakra, to bring an expansion of the 4 E's: energetic potential, envisioning, embracing, and enacting, to support them in living their soul's mission with ease and with joy. Again, joy. So your 12-strand DNA alignment is ultimately what you want to be working on to bring you into your empowerment, your empowered energy field that is going to attract what it is you're here to do, your soul's mission, and who you're here to do it with. So for those of you who are really struggling with relationship, with mentors, with teachers, with friends, with family, with romantic partners, you're not drawing the right people to you at this point, because you're still resonating down in the fear. You're still resonating down in the abuse or the neglect, the anger, the jealousy, the woulda, coulda, shoulda, the threat, feeling like someone's always out to get you, that you can't trust, because every time you have, it's basically snapped back in your face that, nope, that didn't work, right? And it doesn't feel good, right? That's what integrated energy therapy helps you do, to transform yourself from your DNA to your cells, impacting your life. So for those of you who are really stuck, who really have hurdles that you can't get over, this is what IET is going to help you do. So what are the benefits of IET? What are the benefits of IET? IET is going to painlessly identify and release your deeply suppressed feelings and your core cellular memories, right? The very first thing, it's going to get to your cellular memory. It's going to release. And I love that it's painlessly, and for the most part, it is painlessly. However, what I will say, in some sessions, I have had people who have spontaneously cried. I've had people who have had an overwhelming emotional reaction. I've had people who have fallen asleep. You may have a reaction. I've had people who've had beautiful experiences in this process. They have seen the colors that are coming from the divine to balance their system, change their cellular structure. Everything from white light to red light to yellow light to orange light, the spectrum of the rainbow. What's beautiful is one of the most often is the violet purple ray of Saint Germain. The purple ray works with integrated energy therapy. So for everyone, you're going to get the purple ray. It's beautiful. It helps to profoundly change your DNA structure, to release and clear out the blockages, the stuck and dense energies. I have seen whole what looks like black tar, negative energy be clumped in this black tar-like object, attachment. I have seen entities release, for those of you who have had attachments. I've experienced cords being cut. Some cords is as thick as small trees around people's necks that were really holding them back from speaking their truth and living their purpose. This energy work is no joke. And for those of you who have been traumatized over and over and over and over again by different people or the same people for years, what you're carrying can be dense and heavy. It's affected people's ability to get pregnant. It's affected people's ability to make decisions, life-altering decisions, leave abusive relationships. And again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm giving you my experience. I've seen some really amazing changes in people. And I don't want to scare anyone. I'm not here to scare anyone. But dark, dense energy is real. And when you've been in abusive, manipulative relationships, family, friends, romantic partners, it has left its energetic signature on you, in you. And for many of you, you don't know what's holding you back. You just know that you're being held back. You don't know how to move forward. You don't have the energy to move forward. You don't have the courage to move forward. And it's because of these attachments, these negative emotions and entities, cords, that have been formed. When I say that integrated energy therapy is profound, I wish I had a better word, how life-changing it is. If you can believe and if you can stay with it, because it's subtle. It can't happen all at once. The people who I've had the most profound change with have worked with me for 6 months to a year. Because your first session, your first 3 sessions are all going to be about really balancing your energy in a way that allows you to start really understanding what you're feeling. Because sometimes we've been so traumatized that we don't even know what we're feeling. We just feel bad, right? We just put it in the category of bad. But then we have to start really digging down to what is bad. Is it neglect? Is it abuse? Is it verbal, emotional, sexual abuse? I had one woman come to me. She'd been to doctors. She'd had the MRIs. She'd had the CAT scans. She'd had all the tests, the x-rays, because her body was literally vibrating at different times in her life. And she's like, it vibrates so hard. I can't do my job. I can't function, right? When your whole body is vibrating, you can't do what you need to do. And it's a little embarrassing if you're in public, right? You don't want people to see you as different or other or something's wrong and you can't tell them what it is. And in the course of talking to her, and of course I use my intuition, of course I'm talking to your higher self, right? So I'm able to, through that connection, Melissa, does nothing, right? My spirit guide, your spirit guide, talk. And I'm able to hear, feel, see, or know kind of on an intuitive level, a psychic level, what's going on with you. And so we had the conversation and it came out that she had some severe situations that had gone on that she hadn't really put any stock into. Like it had happened a long time ago. She didn't really think about it, but her body was remembering. So when she would get into certain situations that would create those feelings, her body would react. And it was basically time for her to deal with it. It was time for her to release it. Our bodies at the cellular level remember what we've been through. So we can push it down as much as we want whenever it comes up. But the older you get and the more you experience and the more you push down, your emotional body only has so much room. At some point, it starts overflowing. At some point, it says no more. There's no more room in here for you to push stuff down into. So it starts coming out at all these times when it's inappropriate or it's not convenient, right? And that's basically your spirit saying it's time to deal with this. It's time to let it go because it's time for you to get into that spiritual mastery so that you can have joy, so that you can come here and be and do the things you came here to be and do, because all this crap is keeping you from doing that. So now it's time to deal with it. Now it's time to let it go, right? It's going to clear the energy blocks that limit your health, life, purpose, prosperity, and creativity. Absolutely. And that's exactly what I've been describing. Like you're going to clear those blocks, right? Anything that's released is clearing a block. It's going to empower you to experience fulfilling, loving relationships in all areas of your life. How many of you have had the love come and go? You thought you found the one and it ended up being a manipulative, abusive jerk, male or female, right? Because you don't know what true love is. You don't know how to truly love yourself in an unconditional kind of way that's positive and all encompassing, right? You know that transactional love, right? If I do this, you give me that. If I be this, you be that, right? That's the way you're receiving love. It's a transaction. And this is where IET and the spirits are coming in saying, no, it's not a transaction. We need you to get out of that transactional mode because you're not going to ever receive the love you came here to receive, the most compatible partner you came here to receive, if you always think of love as a transaction. as transactional. For those of you who have maybe encountered people who've wanted to love you unconditionally, you couldn't receive it. You blocked it because that's too different. That's a shoe's going to drop. That's not going to work out. And that's where Spirit's going, hold on. Yes, it is. That's the love you came here to get. And for those of you who maybe feel like you've had that and maybe you feel like you've missed the boat, nothing you're ever going to miss. Spirit's always going to bring you back to anything that you think you've missed that was good for you or right for you. So I don't want you to feel like, oh my God, I missed something and I'm never going to have that again. You will. You will. IET is going to help you discover and live your soul's mission in life. And that's really why, if you're seeing this video, you're ready for that step. You're ready to live your life's mission. Everything up to this point has kept you from living your life's mission. And now Spirit is coming in to say, it's time. It's time for you to have the right relationship, the right job, the right creative outlet, the right people to support you, that unconditional love that you've never had. It's time. It's time. And that's what integrated energy therapy can help you do. It's almost like take back your life. Take back the ability to be abused or neglected or people to criticize and judge you, be jealous of you. Let go of the anger that maybe you've been carrying because of the situations you've been through. And I know each and every one of you that will see this video, it's been a big situation. It's not been the little ones. It's been really, really monumental. Spirit's not going to bring you here unless you've been through something so flipping difficult. And you know that's not the F word I want to use. That you are on your knees going, I'm desperate. I'm desperate to change this. I'm desperate to be done with this. I'm desperate to feel good. I'm desperate to move on. I'm desperate to have what I see everybody else around me having that I can't seem to flip and get to. And again, not the right F word. But it's going to provide you, IET, integrated energy therapy. Integrated energy therapy is going to provide you gentle yet powerful support for survivors of childhood trauma, such as physical and sexual abuse, alcoholic and dysfunctional families. There's a lot of that out there, more than I would care to guesstimate. No matter what level of the alcoholic or dysfunctional family you were involved with, it scarred you because it kept you from that emotional intelligence, from being able to be in spiritual mastery. Supports your healing at all levels, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Absolutely. Oh, I'm so glad, Angelisa. I'm so glad. It increases your connection to your angels and helps you work with them in your life, which is really funny. Really funny because a lot of people who come to me, they want the other stuff, right? They want the release of the trauma. They want their most compatible soulmate. They, want all that, right? They want the money. They want the love, right? That's what we all want. We're human. That's what we want. We want to have financial stability or financial freedom, and we want love, right? We want our most compatible soulmate. We want that person who gets us, who's there for us, who supports us, who we can support, that best friend love, right? And then they're like, okay, Melissa, I'm having experiences. I'm seeing things. I'm feeling things. I'm hearing things. I'm knowing things. What's going on? And this is when I have to go back to my evidential medium teaching, right? Because the evidential medium teaching, in part of that is all of us have some kind of trauma, right? We all have some kind of humanness, right? Anger, jealousy, fear on some level, right? But it keeps us kind of in this lower quadrant, right? So the emotional chart then goes up to from fear to joy, right? And so the angels are way up here in joy. Like they've already gotten to joy, man. They are there, right? So we have to like raise our frequency to get in connection with them. And for some of you, it's closer connection. For some of you, it's first time connection. But IET is going to take you up that emotional chart, whether you want to get into connection or not. So all of a sudden you're having very vivid dreams, right? You're having the knowingness, like you're getting the parking spots. You're knowing when somebody's lying to you beyond a shadow of a doubt. You can't tell them how you know, you just know that you know, right? Because all of a sudden, your other senses are now really coming online. So if you're someone that's like, I want to do what you do, or I at least want to experience what you experience, right? IET, man. That's all I got to say. Integrated energy therapy. It's going to help you release the junk and impart or take in, right, the good stuff, right? That joy, that compassion, that love. And again, if you're someone who's been emotionally neglected, love is the last thing you feel good about, right? So how can you manifest what you want or get into connection with your spirit guides if you can't open your heart? Because it's through your heart chakra. It's through your heart chakra. That feeling, that love. Yes, we can talk about the crown chakra. We can talk about the solar plexus. But man, if that heart is shut down, those other two don't matter. You got to open the heart. Welcome, Karen. Welcome. I hope everything's all right. So I was kind of called on today I haven't done one of these integrated energy therapy talks in a while. And I've had some really profound sessions recently. And I know I will continue to have profound sessions because this is the passion, this is the calling. So yeah, if you're someone that is really, really ready to change your life, you're ready to release the traumas and the dramas, you're ready to release the issues in your tissues, you're ready to change yourself at the DNA cellular level, rewrite the codes of abuse, rewrite the codes of neglect, rewrite the codes of woulda, coulda, shoulda, anger, disempowerment, unworthiness, dysfunction, whatever it is that you've been carrying around, anxiety, fear. Definitely partner with me with integrated energy therapy. Let the angels do the heavy lifting. Let them transform your cellular level structures from negative to positive. Let them release the cords that are binding you, the attachments that are holding you down, the negative energy that is blocking your blessings. Dysfunctional family, narcissistic abuse, abuse in any form, unworthiness, powerlessness. Let them do the heavy hitting. They want to. I actually sat down this morning to do a session, and as I was invoking them, they were here. They were ready to go. They want to help you because it's time. It's time for you to be lighter. It's time for you to be brighter. It's time for you to have what you want. It's time for you to be happy and healthy, living your purpose in spiritual mastery, living in love, living in the energy of love, allowing the good stuff in, not being afraid of it anymore, not waiting for that other shoe to drop, not expecting the bad to show up, but living in love in a way where you know that you are protected, that everything is always working out for you and you can believe it because it keeps showing up over and over and over again. Because your energy has shifted in a way that there's no going back. There's no going back to the bad. There's no going back to being stuck. There's only going forward in love, in receiving, in manifesting. living your purpose, knowing your purpose, coming into your purpose, your mission, why you came to earth at this time, to be the way shower of love, to be the way shower of love, however that looks. Modeling, teaching, healing, being your most authentic version of you. That's why you came here. So let's get started. Oh, awesome, Angelisa. She's like, divine timing, just found your channel. Yay! Go to my website, melissaalwatkins.com. Click on the Healing Your Way tab. There's several different ways to work with me. Right now, those 3 sessions are 45% off, less than getting 2 sessions at regular price, because, you know, I'm a crazy lady. What can I say? That's going to go up September 1st, so grab that as soon as you can. Even if you can't book your sessions out starting after September, which is fine, but get yourself locked in. Get yourself locked in. All right, folks. Sending you so much love and so many blessings. Have a beautiful rest of your Monday. I did post a weekly video, so it is on my YouTube channel. For those of you watching on Facebook, definitely check that out. It's bright pink. You can't miss it. Because this is a week that things change. Change is in the air. So if you're ready to positively change, then it's time to start your integrated energy therapy journey. And I do call it a journey, guys. One session will make you feel better. But being on the journey and releasing the really deeply suppressed traumas and dramas is what makes the biggest difference. Makes all the difference. Makes all the difference. All right. Thank you for being here. Please, if you're watching on the replay, comment what your intention is. What would be your intention be? What would be the answer to your question? What are you ready to release, manifest, receive? All right, guys. Talk soon. You're very welcome, Angelisa. I'll look forward to meeting you. And everyone else who is ready, I'll look forward to meeting you and working with you. Because if you're here, you are part of my intention, which is for those to find me who need me. Thank you.